guys, it's Sim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited. As it's Monday, let me just fix something right here. The panels on my live stream thing got all smooshed, so I can't see the audio. Make sure I'm like not too loud or not too low. Now we're good to go. It's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. Now, as far as tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, is the first Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and we got to address something because I've seen it in the live chat already. Last woman standing. Everyone's saying, oh, why did you say it was last woman standing when it's not last woman standing? Because it did at one point get announced as last woman standing by accident, apparently. What I've been able to learn is that at one point, the match was discussed as last woman standing and a graphic was made. When they were promoting the match on an episode a few weeks ago of Main Event, that graphic accidentally got shown. That aired, and that's what people ran with. So that's what happened. It accidentally aired on Main Event. It accidentally showed last woman standing. So we all ran with it because it was there. Weirdly, which, yeah, we know why. And yeah, so that's what happened. That's what happened. The graphic was made because the match was discussed as having the stipulation, and then they decided not to do it. But the graphic was still created. Someone who was editing Main Event accidentally used that graphic, and there we go. It happens. It happens. Let me lower this desk down just a little bit. Yes, Punk is speaking at the press conference right now. I do have it muted. I have it right over here. I do have it muted, so I don't know what Punk is actually saying. But Punk, yes, is speaking right now at the press conference. Rhea Ripley just finished up speaking a few moments ago, right? Like literally right before I clicked live. Give me 1 second. I want to see something. Okay, yeah. So Punk is speaking. Let me see. I probably won't be able to do this because it's live. I can put like the captions on just to see what he's saying because I can't play it and you guys hear it. You can put the captions on, but they're going to be delayed and behind probably. Yeah, they're not even popping. No, well, they are kind of. But anyways, let's just get into the show. Let's talk about the show. What did I think? And I want to know what you guys did too. Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the comments if you're watching later. What did you think of the first ever Monday Night Raw on Netflix? I will say it right now. The show was a Raw. It felt like an elevated episode of Raw. I feel like it didn't feel, and this may come off weird, wrong, or whatever. This didn't feel overly exaggerated like they were trying to make it up to be, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't feel like a pay-per-view. And I think that's because we had commercials. Commercials really took us out of some of the things, especially because people internationally aren't getting commercials. The commentary is still going. And so we're coming back from these breaks and commentaries in mid-sentence, speaking a word, and we're getting it like with the word chopped off. There was one time Michael Cole comes back and goes, if Morgan is not really getting much here of Rhea Ripley or something like that. But I just remember we come back and was Michael Cole says, if Morgan. So I'm like, that's one thing that pulled me away from it. Other than that, I'm going to say right now, WWE, never go back to the Staples Center or Crypto.com Arena. This goddamn Intuit Dome is perfect for pro wrestling. If you fill it, it is the perfect building for pro wrestling, the Intuit Dome. Because the way it's 360'd around with crowd everywhere. Granted, I'm pretty sure you could do that with the, what's it called? The Crypto.com Arena. But just the way this building is built to like dome up in the way the seating is, it just feels like everybody's on top, everybody just looking straight down, and it looks awesome. This building looks awesome for pro wrestling. Get a UFC show in there. That's going to be the next one because, again, looked great. Awesome. Fantastic. Other things, I think because the way the building is and flying the drone around, the crowd may not have been mic'd properly because there were portions of this show where the crowd felt dead. Then I messaged my cousin who was there and like, oh no, this crowd's cheering. So I think they weren't mic'd properly. So we'll see. And then Hogan, his music hits. So this is what I was told from my cousin. They're live. It basically played off the same way on TV. But he goes, I go, hey, what was that Hogan reaction live? He goes, the music hits, most people cheer, and then immediately everyone starts booing. So that's why I sent out my tweet saying mixed reactions for Hogan. And someone goes, no, it's not. Yeah, because basically Hogan got all these cheers at the beginning because you hear, bum, 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 and your reaction is to cheer. Like, ah! But then he walks out and everybody boos. Ooh, so that's the thing there. That's the thing there. Hogan did. And now they've partnered with Hogan and his beer company, where I think WWE is now a minority owner of the company. So, like, it's behooved of them to promote this beer because now they have a stake in the company. And then if you guys didn't notice and didn't see, the commercial for the next Saturday night's main event got Hogan all over it. After Hogan was not even mentioned once on the last Saturday night's main event back in December, he's now all over this new commercial. He speaks in the commercial. He's in it. It's like, oh, dang. Because it's like, Saturday night's main event is back, brothers, and this time we're going to San Antonio or something like that. So, yeah. The last one was all about nostalgia and nostalgia and Jesse Ventura. This one seems like they're really pushing hard Hogan. I don't know if they're going to go and backtrack that now after tonight's reactions, but yeah. That crowd in LA did not want to see Hogan. Like, again, pop for the music because it's just what you do. It's kind of a reaction from wrestling fans. You pop when you hear the bum, 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 bum. But as soon as you see the man, it's booze. It's booze. So, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. And then we got all the other stuff. The cool thing with the curtain and showing the video on the curtain. Here's my question for you guys. And by the end of the show, I didn't even realize it. I didn't notice it anymore. The ring mat. What did you guys think of the ring mat with the logos? The one we saw in a leaked photo from Friday. It's the same ring mat. It's got the Cricket logos. It's got the Snickers logo, the Netflix logo, the Saudi logos, the Riyadh season. Got 2 Hogan beer logos. Oh, someone just gave CM Punk some donuts because he likes. Who is that? He likes sweets at the press conferences. Some girl just ran up as well. I don't know who she is. Some girl just ran up. Some random girl at the press conference just ran up and grabbed a donut. Like, what? Okay, anyways. I lost my train of thought there. CM Punk and donuts just derailed my train of thought. Anyways, ring mat. The Fortnite logo right in the middle. And then us only getting one Fortnite OG trailer. I'm like, thought with them being like the big sponsor, we would have got multiple Fortnite trailers and commercials and stuff. And that's the other thing. Watching this on Netflix, the commercials also just felt weird. They didn't feel like traditional I'm watching TV commercials. And so go to these ad breaks, it's like, where's the skip button? I feel like I'm watching a YouTube ad that I can skip after 5 seconds. Oh, I can't? Crap. And most ad breaks, they timed them out. Most of them were right around within a couple seconds either way, 5 seconds or so either way, of 3 minutes. So we're getting about 3-minute ad breaks. Yet, internationally, they're not getting any breaks. So it's like, what the shit? Even if you pay for the no ads YouTube or Netflix, you're still getting the breaks. So, but yeah. Overall, I thought it was a good show. Not as, gonna say it right now, a little overhyped. For what we got, a little overhyped. Also, yesterday, when they timed out the show and formatted everything, they timed it out at 3 minutes or 3 hours and 20 seconds. Today's show, and I might have been behind by a minute or two, my clock said 10:06 when it was ending, when they were saying go to YouTube for the press conference and the post show and so forth. So it was like 10:06, 10:07. So that would be 3 hours and 6-7 minutes. They didn't hit three and a half, which is good. They hit 3. Triple H said on McAfee today, the sweet spot is right between 2 and 3. Some weeks you may need a little closer to 3. Some weeks you may get closer to 2. But the sweet spot is somewhere between 2 and 3 for Triple H. But But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits, in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel, one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can help us out over there. You can help us out by hitting that subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also, if you want to support the channel and get some cool stuff in another way, you hit the join button and become a channel member. As a channel member, you get perks like supporting the channel. You get perks like emotes that you can use in the live chat in the comments. You get early access to videos, just like our fantasy booking video of John Cena's journey from this Raw tonight all the way to WrestleMania. Now, I stated that John Cena is going to come out tonight, talk about number 17, and then say, you know what? I can't just get the title shot. I need to earn the title shot. Let's go Royal Rumble. And that's what Cena said. The only difference here was I said someone was going to interrupt Cena like a Carmelo Hayes or something. That didn't happen. But my fantasy booking of Cena saying he wants 17, but he can't just take 17 or take the title match, can't demand it, is to earn it. Well, that's what he's doing. He's going to earn it or try to earn it. I don't think he wins it. You want to know what I think and how I think Cena gets to Mania, go check out the video. We have it up right now. It is called Fantasy Booking John Cena Road to WrestleMania. Also, remember to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air. You can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat, just like both RTS with Oscar did and Anthony Landolfi. I'm going to read both of those right now. Thank you for the super chats. One says, after the first hour, the show felt long. I can understand that, but for me, it actually didn't. It didn't. So last week's SmackDown, the 3-hour SmackDown, felt long. That show to me felt long. This show didn't feel as long. This felt like a 2 to 2.5 hour show. I did not feel the 3 hours of it. So I can fully understand it feeling long to some people, especially at some points where there were a couple lulls in pockets of, hey, we got to show all the celebrities. Or like Liv comes out, and it was almost like 15 minutes before Rhea came out after that. So I could see it for sure. And then Anthony says, would WWE go back to that storyline with Rhea, storyline with Ripley and Jey Uso, do a mixed tag against Liv Morgan and Finn Balor? I get where you're coming from about the whole, and I don't even know if that was a real thing. Like, I don't know if that was just them playing around and goofing around and playing it up on TV. I don't know if that was ever a WWE storyline of, hey, we may start a little romance here with Rhea and Jay. I just thought that was more of like Jay wanting to help them and then them goofing around within what they were trying to do there. So I don't know. I wouldn't hate it. But where would it work from? Like, Jay is feuding with, I guess, Drew, but that might be over now. That I don't know. I like it because I think that could be a really good match. But it's like, okay, how much longer is Rhea really going to be working with Judgment Day, though? That's my big question. How much longer are we really going to get Rhea and Judgment Day? Because I think it should be over. Liv shouldn't just get a rematch. If she does, she shouldn't win. Because I need this to be over. I'm done with Rhea and the Judgment Day. And move on. Move forward. Whether that is Io Sky, whether that is a returning Charlotte Flair, who's most likely going to be on SmackDown, though. Whether that is, and if we look at the Raw roster really fast, let's pull that up. Who could work with Rhea going forward over the next couple of months? Let me see. Raw roster. Actually, I'll pull this up on the screen. Let's look at this really fast. Why am I? Oh, I see what's happening. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to switch screens. Bow. There we go. So if we look at the Raw roster here, We got Alba Fire. We got Asuka. We don't know when Asuka's coming back. Got Becky. But we kind of did that last year, Becky and Rhea. We got Dakota, but she's fighting for the Intercontinental title. Isla Dawn, I doubt it. Io and Rhea would be really good. Kyrie, Kiana Chance, Kaden Carter, Kiana James. You got Liv. You got Lyra. You got Maxine. See, here's the issue with all this, and I'm just reading off these names. I'm just reading off a bunch of names. That's the issue. Maxine Dupree, Natalya, Nikki Cross, Scarlett, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark. It's like none of these women have been elevated enough to be going for that women's world title. That's the problem. None of these women feel like they've been in a position to be like, all right, they're next. They've been pushing them even a little bit. They're next. Like, why is Shayna Baszler, Triple H, who booked Shayna Baszler as one of the greatest NXT Women's Champions of all time, if not the greatest, is just using Shayna as an extra? Like, she just feels like, oh, she can take a loss. Triple H, of all people, who booked her so dominantly in NXT. So it's like, I just don't see any of these women on the Raw roster built up enough to challenge Rhea, which is a very, very big problem. And do we have, let me see SmackDown, because we could have someone move over. Bayley teased tonight moving over. So we could have that, purple hair Bayley. If you didn't see, Bayley's got purple hair now. Anyways, could have purple hair Bayley challenge Rhea, but then that'd be like babyface. So I don't know. But if we're looking on the SmackDown roster, and one person missing from both of these rosters, again, Charlotte Flair. Interestingly, Becky, because Becky was drafted last year before she left. That's why she's on the Raw roster. But I'm looking, and it's like, yeah, I think that the only name that really would work, maybe Bayley. I'm not sure. It's a very good, a thought and question and thing to ponder. So we'll see. But again, if you do want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, remember to donate a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game and you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use our code right here, PWU Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Maybe you're getting some games that are on sale right now, like FC25, Hogwarts Legacy, and more. Use our code PWU NLIMITED for all Epic games and Epic purchases. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does support us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, we got some new stuff for Fortnite. Wonder Woman. We got some more winter-themed skins and some more Nike kicks in Fortnite as well. Don't forget also the free game on the Epic Store is Hell Let Loose. That game is awesome. So as we move on forward, as far as Raw does go, scroll down to the start of my notes here. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Judgment Day, and Rhea Ripley were all shown arriving into the Intuit Dome. Michael Cole welcomed us by stating, quote, "I am proud to say, for the first time ever, welcome to Monday Night Raw live on Netflix." They got the cold open, which they did a really cool thing with. So they put this big curtain up around all four sides of the ring. Like huge curtain, right? And what they did is they projected the cold open video on that curtain. So throughout this, 2-3 minute video, they were cutting back and forth from just us seeing the video on our screen to then shots of inside the Intuit Dome and the video playing on the curtains, which is really, really cool. Triple H narrated the video. It was like the history of WWE and pro wrestling and everything. And then when the video ends, you hear a and the curtains all drop. Triple H is in the ring, welcomes everybody, and the pyro goes off. Triple H is standing there. Michael Cole tells us that there's over 17,000 fans in attendance and many, many millions more watching live at home. Again, like I said, the pyro goes off. Triple H says, I know I got to ask this question. Well, first he talks a little bit, says, welcome to the Netflix era, and then says, I know I don't have to ask this question, but I'm going to anyways. Are you ready? Everybody erupts, and there we go. Triple H then walks off, leaves, clear the ring. They get all the pyro stuff out of the ring because the pyro have shot from the ring just a foot or two in front of Triple H. So if that wouldn't gone off properly, oh, Paul, he got a little hurt there. Anthony was in a super chat here. He says WWE needs to do the storyline between The Rock and AJ Styles. It'll be an interesting match between the great one and the phenomenal one. Yeah, that ain't never gonna happen. Cool suggestion. I'll tell you right now, it's never gonna happen. Rock is not gonna do anything that random. If Rock is gonna do anything, it's gonna have meaning to him. It's gonna be something at the very tippity top with either someone in his family or whoever's the champion at the time. A la Cody Rhodes right now, which Triple H speaking right now at the press conference, which the Rock Cody stuff is very weird now because they're just cool. They're buddies. He acknowledged Cody, and then afterwards on Instagram, drink tequila or vodka or whatever together. So I don't know what's going on with Rock and Cody anymore. But it seems like all those reports from the last couple of days, Cody, Cena, seems a lot more feasible now, I guess you would say, after tonight's show. After Rock basically saying, I ain't working Mania. But, no, I like the suggestion. I think an AJ Styles Rock match could be pretty good. I don't know if The Rock can hang with an AJ Styles. Maybe an older AJ now. Like AJ 5 years ago when he first came to WWE, what, 6 years ago, 2016? Oh, shit, Rock. No. AJ's been here for almost 10 years. This is AJ's 9th year in WWE. I wouldn't have even thought. Holy frick. Anyways. I don't know. I think the styles would clash too much. And then Rock, of course, is going to just overly outshine AJ on the mic. AJ's a good promo. Wouldn't call him a great promo. But that's a big issue there. As we move forward, The Rock's music hits. Place goes wild. Comes down high-fiving fans, embracing some executives in the front row. He shook hands with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, gave his People's Championship to his daughters, who were sitting there with his mom, Ata, and the crowd's chanting for Rocky, of course. Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. Rocket's in the ring. If you notice, new mic flags. WWE's always had the cubed mic flag, like this. I still have mine. Got one here somewhere. Hold on. WWE's always had one of these cubed mic flags, right? We got the logo on all sides. The mic's in here. I got the mic somewhere over there in the closet. I know where it's at, but I got to dig for it because it's like in a box under another box. Anyways, WWE's always had these cubed mic flags, but on Netflix, the mic flag now is rounded. It's a spherical. It's just all rounded off now. Looks a little weird because, well, it's not what we're used to. So moving forward, Rock's out there. Said that he traveled them roads when he was young with his dad, so he knows what it's like to be doing the grind. Said the only way to watch WWE back then was to buy a ticket or watch it on a Saturday morning. So you can still buy a ticket. Watching it now is a total different story. People are watching worldwide on Netflix. He then announced tonight is the largest arena gate in WWE history. And they keep announcing these largest arena gates here, largest arena gate there. And it's like, well, no shit. Every time you go to a show, it's going to cost you more. Whenever they go to your city, they've upped the price by at least 10%. So then he spoke about, the need of great partners. Give a shout out to the Netflix executives. They showed them in a suite. He said there's someone else that he wants to acknowledge, a man who he'd spilled blood with up and down these roads, well, mainly his blood, and the man that carried this company on his back for this last year. Rock thanks Cody Rhodes. I got to Cody, who's actually sitting in the front row, just randomly sitting in the front row, which is kind of weird, but okay. And Cody gets up and he's like, thank you. Thank you. He turns around, like salutes, acknowledges the fans in the building. And then he sits down. Rock jokingly goes, oh, and tell Mama Rhodes hi for me. Cody laughs. Rock also wanted to acknowledge somebody else, his cousin, Roman Reigns, the true, original tribal chief. He said the world would be watching Reigns in Solo tonight. And he is going to watch this match very, very closely as well. Rock then did the, if you smell. And then the crowd did the, what the Rock? And then he like just sits there for a second and he starts going, Rocky, 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 Rocky. And he sits there for another second. And he just goes, is cooking. He gets out of the ring, goes and hugs Cody, acknowledges Pat and Michael Cole one more time, and then he walks off through the what's it called? Oh, my brain's bugging out. Timekeeper's area. He walks off to the timekeeper's area, also kind of over where his mom and his daughters are seated. So total babyface Rock, rah. Hey, we're here. We're on Netflix. It's great. Let's hype up the egos of the Netflix executives and go from there. Rock really didn't do anything at all, even when he comes out later. So it's like, yeah, I could probably say with 95% certainty, it seems like Rock is not working WrestleMania. So when those reports came out of, Dave and others going, the plans right now are in place and they're not for Rock. It is more of a, you got plans with no Rock, but if Rock wants to, plans will change. Right now, all the plans are no Rock. And everyone's like, yeah, right. And even The Rock was like, don't believe what you read on the internet and all that stuff. But it felt pretty sure no Rock at WrestleMania. Alicia Taylor's the ring announcer tonight, and we start off the first match of the night, Tribal Combat, Tribal Warfare, Roman versus Solo with Ulafala. She does Solo's entrance, of course, and then Heyman does Roman's. Referees now wear all black with like one big black stripe on it, and it's like the polo. Kind of like back in the day, almost reminded me back in the day of like the 2004, 5, 6 SmackDown referee uniforms where they were the blue. So, green canvas again, like we talked about already. Black with the logos and everything. A Real American Beer. See, I remember this off the top of my head. Fortnite, Snickers, Cricket, Netflix, Riyadh Season, Real American Beer. Can we talk about Riyadh Season for a second? So granted, I wasn't reading a lot of tweets during Raw. But when the rumor came out and the news came out from PWU Insider that WWE is bringing next year's Royal Rumble to Saudi, people lost their minds and got fucking pissed off. Then today when WWE announced it, again, these sensitive motherfuckers all got mad. Yeah, why are they doing that? They shouldn't be running any shows in Saudi. They're going to bring the Royal Rumble to Saudi? Well, I ain't watching. Screw WWE, blood money. And it's like, I get why people are upset. The people that are in charge of that country, the kings and the prince and all, they've done some unthinkable things, some unforgivable things. I understand that. But we've known since 2010 that WWE was under a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia to bring multiple events to Saudi Arabia. And so to get so mad that the Royal Rumble is going to Saudi after we've had what? 13, 12 events in Saudi? Let me see. 18 had one. And then I think it was after 18 they started doing two. 19, 20. Well, 20 only had one because of COVID. 21 only had one because of COVID. 22, 23, 24. I think we're like maybe 10 or 11. But still. Everyone's so up in arms and mad on social media about this. And are you mad on social media because you have to be? Or are you mad on social media because you're actually mad and you don't really know why you're mad? To be mad at this point. To be mad at this point. What, 8 years into this 10-year deal? No, 7 years into this 10-year deal. Someone do the math for me. Why are we still so up in arms and bitchy about this? I'm just gonna say it, and I don't care if anyone gets upset by what I'm saying. Everyone's I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch. You're gonna watch. You're still gonna watch. All people say I'm not gonna watch. My YouTube channel's not gonna review those shows. Yes, it is. Everyone says that every time, and then they still watch. So, again, I'm not trying to be rude here or anything, but it's like all these people, they get all up in arms because WWE is taking the Rumble to Saudi. Yet, they're the same people that I saw tweeting about the crown jewel rings and title and all that. Tweeting about King and Queen of the Ring last year. Oh, you didn't watch? Yeah, right. You're going to watch the Rumble in Saudi no matter what. I actually like when they run the shows in Saudi or just overseas in general, because then here they start earlier. How are we bitching about shows starting earlier? So, yeah. It's just... Anyways. Get that off the chest. I had to get that off my chest. I tweeted about it earlier, too. Got a couple responses. But I was just like, why are we still bitching about this? At this point, WWE's probably going to run shows in Saudi forever. They're going to finish up this 10-year deal and probably sign another one because it's been so lucrative for them. I mean, them putting the Riyadh season logos on the mat for Raw. Them building the WWE experience in Saudi. They're never going to stop running Saudi shows. So why are we so, oh my God, offended? Like, come on. At least they let the women wrestle there now. When it first went, it was women can't be there. Or women can't be there in the ring. Then it was women have to be there, but they'd be fully covered up, which it still is. And then they got mad one time because I think like there was a poster or an advertisement that had Carmella in her ring gear, and they got mad about that. Now they know, put the women on the thing, you put them in the thing, and the thing, and the thing, and this. Anyways, like things have changed. They've come a long way. WWE has helped make change in Saudi Arabia for at least women athletes. And so, why are we bitching when actually good things have happened for women athletes in Saudi Arabia? Anyways, as far as this match does go, pretty good match. Wouldn't call it great or anything, but a pretty good match. Also, I don't know if it was the building, the lighting, or the way the ring was set up. It could have been camera angles too. But the ring seemed smaller, and it just felt like the wrestlers were wrestling on top of a box at times. It could have been the camera angles and stuff, but it just, certain things kind of felt a little weird. But then most of the time, everything just looked super cool. Like that 8K camera they were using when The Rock first came out, and they had it like low in the aisleway looking right at Rock, and it was like super crisp, clear. Also, speaking of crisp and clear, I had no issues with Netflix other than I could tell at times my quality was dropping. Never had a buffer moment, but my quality was dropping at times to where it was like, oh, that's not 1080p. That's like maybe 720. And unlike Netflix or Peacock or whatever, or unlike YouTube, Peacock, or so forth, I can't go click the cogwheel and say, hey, force my internet, my web browser to watch at 1080. I don't pay for 4K Netflix, so I can get in that bullshit. Because you're never going to stream it you're never, unless you got like Starlink or some super high quality fiber internet, you're never going to stream at 4K. But you can get 1080 60. And I wasn't getting that at all. So that is one thing. I wish Netflix would let me like do the thing YouTube does or Peacock does or Max does. That you could click the cogwheel, the options come up, and you could force it. Hey, I don't want variable quality, whatever's just going to run the best. I want you to force it to play at 1080. So the match starts, go a minute or two, and we get our first ad break of the night. Even if you have the ad-free version of Netflix, you're still going to get commercials. And we knew this based off of the NFL coverage, because those 2 NFL games they ran, even though you got ad-free Netflix, you're still going to get commercials. And if you're watching with no commercials, the match just keeps on going. Commentary keeps talking. If it's like not during a match, you're going to get ad breaks or like somebody doing like an interview. Tribal Combat goes 21 and a half minutes. Crowd was chanting "Fuck you, Solo," uncensored, as the match is about to start. Two men face off before the match, kind of get in each other's face. They have a fairly even matchup until Sikoa gave Reigns a spinning solo on the announce desk. They had this new fancy announce desk with, like, I don't know if it was glass or super fine plastic border trim, where, like, wrestlers are going to slam on this announce desk, and this announce desk is not going to break. This damn desk is not going to break unless you literally try to kill your opponent. So Solo then hit Roman with one of the monitors. Michael Cole's like, not a monitor, not a monitor. Like, it's the worst thing to get hit in the head with. Okay. He then also chucks the steel steps at Roman as well. So where were we? Yeah, this is when we got the breaks. It was right after he threw the steps at Roman. We got the first break. When we come back, Sikoa repeatedly was hitting Roman with a steel chair. This is when I noticed, I'm like, oh, we're missing something. Because commentary's still talking, and we come back halfway in the middle of a sentence. So that's a little annoying, but whatever. Solo tried a running hip attack with Reigns' head wrapped in the chair, but Reigns moved and attacked with the chair himself. Sikoa avoided a concerto and hit a low blow and a spinning solo for a near fall. Sikoa then grabbed a table, but Reigns hit him with it and hit the drive-by. Whoa. I just lost all kinds of breath all of a sudden. Reigns then set up a table in the ring. The crowd was chanting for Roman as he grabbed that table. He's looking around going, "What are they chanting for me?" He then hit Sikoa with a kendo stick. Sikoa then choked him with the kendo stick and taunted him as well, but Reigns hoisted him up and hit him with a huge powerbomb through the table. Roman went for the pin. 1, 2. Ref gets pulled out by Tama Tonga. Crowd then starts buzzing because they see Jacob Fatu, and Fatu appears behind Roman. He lays out Roman Reigns. The crowd starts to yeet. Fatu hits a moonsault. Go up then hit a Samoan spike for a good near fall. Referee Chad Patton tried to reason with the Bloodline, saying, "Hey, leave. Let them two fight." And Solo spikes him as well. This then leads to Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso running out. No Jay, because Jay's getting ready for his match with Drew. And they start fighting with Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Jimmy super kicks Solo at one point, and Sami hits him with a haluva kick. Reigns hits him with the big spear, but there's no referee. Another referee quickly runs out, but took too long. The Solo kicks out at 2. At this point, the crowd's chanting, "This is awesome." Sami Zayn and Jimmy then wipe out the Bloodline with dives as they fight them to the back. Reigns is fired up here, and Cole said, quote, "This, ladies and gentlemen, is what World Wrestling Entertainment is all about." Before Roman can actually hit the spear that he was setting up for, all of a sudden, goddamn, I didn't expect this one. Kevin Owens comes out, appears in the ring, and gives Roman a stunner. Solo goes for the pin. Roman kicks out. Cody Rhodes' music then hits. He runs out from the back. I thought he was still sitting in the front row. And him and Kevin fight in the crowd. I'm like, where the hell did Cody go to the back? Reigns and Solo trade some more moves and counters and this and that. Roman then hits a spear, fires up and hits another spear and a pinfall to pick up the victory. Crowd pops big when Roman gets the win, and there we go. Roman is the tribal chief. No more need of the O. He is just the tribal chief. He is bestowed the Ulafala. Paul Heyman has the Ulafala, and then we see Roman on his knees in the ring, but off behind Roman, here comes The Rock. Rock makes his way out to the ring. He embraces Paul Heyman and asks Paul Heyman if he can have the Ulafala. Heyman kisses it before giving it to The Rock. Rock then places it over Roman's head and on his shoulders. And then the two do the hand thing that they did before with the and then they hug. Reigns then poses, does the one, as the crowd, or to the crowd, as The Rock stood side by side with him, just going, "Yep." And I think I said on commentary, The Rock, he's the High Chief, High Chief Salua. Saula, something like that. Sauli. So the High Chief, which is the highest honor you can be bestowed. Racing, Roman with the Ulafala, telling him he is the tribal chief. That's the biggest embrace you can have. So, Triple H still talking. God dang. Good match. Again, I expected more. That was the thing of this show. The theme of this show for me was, everything was good, but I expected more. I expected a little more. We see CM Punk warming up backstage. Cole said that he was getting ready for one of the biggest matches in wrestling history. And I'm like, not really. Not really. Then get a New Day segment with Jackie Redmond. It was more just to plug Gabriel Iglesias' new Netflix special, I guess. We're talking. Xavier Woods, who requested this time. Kingston said, wait, no. This wasn't the one. There was another one later with Gabriel Iglesias, because that one was with Kathy Kelly. So Jackie Redmond interviewed Kofi Kingston. Important. New facial hair. He really wants to look heelish and look like he's mean mugging all the time. He's got still the beard, but he shaved off the mustache. And for some reason to me, when you shave off the mustache and you only have the beard, you just always look devilish. It just always makes someone look devilish. You look like a damn Scooby-Doo villain. So Woods was there too. They requested this time. Kingston said that they were supposed to have a match tonight. He told Triple H they didn't really want to in Los Angeles because LA didn't deserve to see them wrestle. And the crowd boos. Woods noted that they were just booing the truth. Woods said that Los Angeles was the only one who had bad taste because they elevated the trash rapper Kendrick Lamar. Kingston said that they were mad because Drake won the beef. I don't know what any of that means. I just wrote down what they said. So they said that they went on for a little while. Redmond then finally said, I think we're out of time. We got to go. And then we go. They did this later, too, with Kathy Kelly. We're like, I think we've run out of time. We see Penta's logo again. Penta will be here next week. Talk about it later, but Penta will be here next week. They also announced the location for the 2026 Royal Rumble. We get a few wrestlers shown from the SmackDown side of things. And then they show celebrities in the crowd. Gabriel Iglesias, Ashton Kutcher, Michael Chi, Wale, who they couldn't find at first, which is funny. And then they show Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, and the War Raiders at ringside. Rey was wearing an Eddie Guerrero t-shirt. Got a big pop for that one. Then John Cena comes out. John comes out. Big pop from the crowd when his music hits. Comes out wearing all blue and white because in every city he's going to be in going forward, they're going to have a special t-shirt for that city. Cena said in the press conference, going back to his roots, where he wears the colors of the city he's in to pay respect to that city. And so they're in LA, red and white Dodgers. I don't know why they didn't do like red, white, and blue Clippers, because they're in the Intuit Dome, so Clippers. But I guess Dodgers is just better. I don't know why they didn't do Lakers, but hey, Dodger blue, whatever. Probably because Dodgers won the World Series. So John enters. He says, we're here one last time. And he said it in the press conference. He ain't coming back to LA, so. Unless there's like a big pay-per-view in LA we don't know about yet. And then they want Cena on that show. Basically said this is his last time in LA. For WWE as a wrestler in the ring. Anyways. So he says, ready to do the work. But he doesn't say Stu. He says another name, and it wasn't Stu. So I think Stu may have retired. I don't know. Cena runs down to the ring, and just like Rock did earlier, he puts over Netflix and the magnitude of tonight's show, thanks to people from Netflix, and says that there's more people watching now than ever. Cena says that he was honored to stand in this ring wearing jorts in Los Angeles for the last time. Also, Triple H just left the press conference. He says they couldn't think of a better place of a farewell tour than, where his career actually got started. He says he slept in his car when he worked at Gold's Gym in Venice, trained to wrestle here in LA, Orange County at UPW, and rented a place in Inglewood just about a block away. Man, I think he said something like 600 feet. from where this building is now. He said that is where the prototype was born, where he won his first world title. Remember, WrestleMania 21, beat JBL. He thanked the LA fans for always being there for him, and they thanked him as well with a thank you Cena chant. Cena said it was all about making moments. There's a lot of noise. Oh, one point, Cena gets in the ring and he just looks around and goes, damn, there are a lot of people. I thought that was really funny. So, he said there's a lot of noise and headlines from experts on who they think will be his WrestleMania opponent. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Gunther, Cody Rhodes. And the Punk and Road one's got the bigger chance. I think the Logan one got boos. He said people were always asking when Cena was going to break the record and win his 17th world title. Crowd starts chanting, you deserve it. And Cena says, I can't see a 17th world title if I'm going to be honest. I've always been honest with you guys, and I'm going to be honest. I can't see it. I don't see it happening. If I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen. That's because of the streak. And I'm not talking about Gunther's streak as the Intercontinental Champion, Roman's streak over 1,300 days as the World Champion, the Undertaker streak. No, it is my streak because there's been 2,446 days since I won a match. And I'm like, huh? I don't think that's true. And I was going to look it up earlier, and I haven't looked it up. What was Crown Jewel? Or what was... Hold on. John Cena cage match. Let's do this really fast. Let's... When was Cena's last win? Boom. A year ago. I don't know if he's talking about solo, like singles wins. He has a tag win from... Okay, Alexa, how many days ago was October 7th, 2023? So Cena got a win 456 days ago. Fastlane 2023. Now, when it comes to singles matches, you're going back a little ways. Televised singles matches. No. Holy shit, it has been a while. Dark match. Been a four where he lost. 6-man tag he won. I'm looking. Holy crap, it has been a while. Holy crap. I think he's talking about his last singles win on television. Okay. Alexa, how many days has it been since April 27th, 2018? Okay, we got it. When he said it's been 2,446 days since his last win, that was Triple H at the Greatest Royal Rumble. April 27th, 2018. That was John Cena's last televised singles match win. Now he's had a 6-man tag win and a tag match win here and there. But John Cena hasn't won a singles match in WWE since the Greatest Royal Rumble, April 27th, 2018, when he fought Triple H. So, yeah, he wasn't wrong then. He wasn't wrong. That's why he said that he doesn't deserve to go for the world title. He doesn't deserve to just say, I want the match. So Cena said, quote, my time is up. Their time is now. Speaking of the wrestlers in the back who deserve it more than him. Crowd booed that. He said it would take a miracle if I were to win my 17th world title. With a streak like that, you're not getting title shots unless maybe you win Money in the Bank and cash in the briefcase, survive the Elimination Chamber, or win the Royal Rumble. The crowd cheers, and Cena goes, wait, hold on. Got it. I was going to be, in Indianapolis anyways. Why not, instead of just showing up, tipping the hat, and doing the thing, I do the other thing. And I bet on myself with the lottery, because the Royal Rumble is a lottery. How about I enter the Royal Rumble, and then I win that thing and go make history at WrestleMania? He's like, that could be my best way to say thank you to you, the fans, by winning the Royal Rumble and then making history at WrestleMania. He says, this sounds impossible, and never say never in this company. Because Because he said, because nothing is ever really that impossible. The only time you say never is when we say never give up. Cena then ends it with, I'm not just going to the Royal Rumble, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. So yeah, Cena has declared that he will be in the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. We get a Logan Paul video that was very interesting. So Logan Paul video, it's basically like all the stuff we see before from Logan Paul, him doing weird things and this and that, his entrance for WrestleMania 39, him in the Doom Buggy in Saudi, this, that, and whatnot. And then he goes, for a long time, this has been like my side hustle, my other thing, but not no more, because I am all in 100% as a WWE superstar. What does that mean? That Logan Paul is now like officially just full time? Before it was, he shows up every couple months, does his thing.